G'day, it's Craig here. I've got a bit of a problem with this server. Um, so urbanworksnewsouthwales.com.au will log in. I've built the website, but it's very slow. So what I did was, after I deployed this website on UrbanWorks, I made a backup of it and I put it onto a test server, fw2.au. And then what I did to make even more sure that it wasn't the software, it was the actual server, I then packaged an exact copy of FW2 and migrated it back to UrbanWorks. So now they are pretty much exactly the same files. I have made a few design updates to FW2, but I haven't changed any plugins, settings, anything like that. Now on the UrbanWorks website, if we have a look at the media library, you can see here that it takes a fairly long time for that media library to load. What's more, if we go to the front page and try and edit this with Elementor, there's other problems too. Like, for instance, I've just lost my top bar, which I can get to another way, but see, I can't even go backwards now. Even though, yeah, I can't even go back for some strange reason. Anyway, so I'll log into the back end again just to try and make an edit to that page. Notice here that I've gone to wp-admin, which should be the back end here. That takes quite some time. All I want to do is go edit the home page. And Beck from Fujin will be working on this website. So the way it is at the moment is going to slow down her work as well. So if we go in here and try and edit the front page with Elementor, click on edit with Elementor, and here we are left waiting. Just press it again. No, I can't even get in there. All right, so I'm in the Chrome. Let's play devil's advocate for a moment and use it on Firefox. No, wait, it is actually reacting. Hang on, we're still in Chrome. But look at how long it takes to open up this page in Elementor. It's this server there's something about it. It's not optimized for WordPress. I mean, I can live with the 2 GB limit, which, you know, is a pretty modest file size limit compared to how big the original website was. So I've had to trim down every media file and everything to make it fit. But the response time to edit files is just, it's not workable. Now if let's find an image, or I'll just drag an image in. I'll just drag an image widget in and try and replace an image from the media library. And you can see here, it's a little bit faster now, but it's still very slow. And then if we have a look at my test website, and like I say, I've moved this file backwards and forwards between servers several times just to make sure it's not me and not to do with the files. So once again, this is a duplicate. On my server, if I go in and try and edit this with Elementor, hang on, I've got a funny internet connection. I've got to jiggle my Ethernet. I'll just go back to that page. Hang on. Oh, sorry. There we go. But as you can see, we're into Elementor extremely quickly. And if I want to access my media library, I'll just drop in an image widget again, or an element, and click on the media library. It's instant. Okay, so working on my test site, I estimate I spent a long time on Saturday testing all this and trying to work with an extremely slow server, and I double checked, triple checked, quadruple checked. It wasn't the files that I was deploying that made this so slow. And I'll send you the links for both sites so you can have a look at yourself on the front end. In fact, let's do a different test. I've just opened up the Edge browser, and I've never visited these websites before on the Edge browser, so this is a good test. First of all, we'll start with UrbanWorks. Well, that was actually pretty quick. So you can't see that slow response on the front end. You can only see it on the back end. Anyway, hoping you can help. Thanks for watching.